I am an aspiring filmmaker. I don't have advice for them. If you want to make a movie, just go and make it. Just try it. At least you'll have something when you're done, you know? You'll have something.
Steven!
Might not be what you expect, but it'll be something.
My main course?
I'm not on the menu.
Hi, my name is Austin and I'm a videographer, cinematographer on Maui. Guns and yeah, it was, I mean, at that time it was pretty, I remember pretty fondly everybody thought it was pretty good. Like I put like, you know, like the muzzle flashes and smoke and motion tracking. I thought it was pretty good, you know, the After Effects. Like a lot of high school, middle school projects, I was like, oh, let's make this. And so I was like directing, editing, shooting, acting, the whole 9 yards.
For the bust. For the bust.
What the hell, Holmes? You heard my sister's wedding, man.
It's like me and like a couple other people. And he's like, oh, we gotta make a film for the film club. So I was like, okay.
I want to get as much candy as I can.
I guess the thing that draws me to filmmaking the most is getting a reaction out of an audience from a story that I successfully tell to them. That's it. Successfully telling a story to somebody and getting the reaction that I expect. Or the reaction I don't expect. A reaction's a reaction, and I like getting reactions from creating stories.
But it wasn't him.
But what if it was?
You're gonna want to come down here, son. I don't think she's going to make it.
This is where I sleep.
Often you caught me off guard. All of my friends said you moved out west. You tell me stories underneath sunsets. Could it be more than just one night? Kissing the cab ride, head turning left right. Get a ticket for two to wherever you choose. Drinking some red out of the blue. You say my name with your accent, makes me remember how much I missed it. Hope you're planning to stay for a million days. You'll be my summer in December.
My ancestors did this 100 years ago today.
Who's there?
Where did you get that?
This is crazy.
Give me all the money in the drawer. Don't.
You stupid.
Wait, it's not even locked! Are you okay?
I've learned a lot. I've definitely learned a lot. So many things that if I was to just pinpoint one, it wouldn't even begin to describe how much I've learned, because it's like days and days and days worth of experience. Every single day I'm filmmaking. I might not be shooting anything, I might not be editing anything, I might not be writing anything, but every single day that I live, after I started understanding what filmmaking was, I've become a better filmmaker and learned so much more about it.
A good life? You're living a life they wanted you to live. You were so excited when you said you were going to be a doctor. She wanted a son. She wanted you happy, Alan.
I'm the one that punishes you.
Get out of my house. Get out of my house!
ridiculous!
Son of a bitch, get out! Out!
No!
My strengths, understanding actors and understanding a story. I do have a lot of life experience. I'm young, but I have a lot of life experience. So I use my life experience to try and tell the best story I can. That's my strength. Simple as that. But the struggles I've been through, yeah. The most important thing about a story is that you take something away from it and that it holds your attention for long enough for you to take something away from it.
And so I initially went in as an editing major and then quickly realized I'm like, oh no, I'm a cinematography major. And so one of my Prod 1 projects, the Production 1 projects, was to make a short film that has no dialogue in it at all. And I had multiple classes that included like screenwriting. I had to write a script about a film that has no dialogue. And I'm not a script writer. Like I don't feel that creative in that kind of realm. So I was just like, okay, I want to make something kind of actiony, but of course you go into film school and you're way too overly ambitious about everything. So it was basically just me shooting it with like my buddy, and he was acting, I was shooting, and that was basically the whole thing.
So my process is chaotic because it's just the environment that we're in. So basically, yeah, I make the story. I try to get all the actors and crew and cast together for a day that they'll all be available, which is very tough when none of them have any incentive except having a short film get done, which isn't gonna end up on Netflix, it's not gonna end up on Hulu or Amazon Prime, it's not gonna end up on any of the streaming services. No, this will end up in the most prestigious of locations. It'll be on YouTube.
Cause I don't wanna make another mistake. I wanna feel like if I'm home tonight, I'm painting out the wall in gray. Cause I know you will be my home someday. You know I miss the good old days, and I need you to stay with me. I know I feel some pain, but tomorrow will change. Tomorrow will change, I swear.
There's a pond calling me back home.
Back home, no.
To the only place I've ever known.
Oh, I've ever known.
Pulling me further, never letting go. One day, this place will be my home.
Cause I don't wanna think that I need to change. I painted my walls and they turn to gray. But I know one day that I will forget all my mistakes.
There's a pond calling me back home. To the only place I've ever known.
I need you to stay with me.
Pulling me further, never letting go. One day, this place will be my home.
Cause I don't wanna make another mistake. I wanna feel like if I'm home tonight, I'm painting another wall in gray. Cause I know here will be my home someday. You know I miss the good old days, and I need you to stay with me. I know I feel some pain, but tomorrow will change. Tomorrow will change, I swear.
My name's Brooks Ty Faria. It's a shame what happened to those kids.
All right, Brooks's story starts long ago. I casted him on from Craigslist for Misdirection, which was this short film about this teacher that works late and these two kids that are just delinquents. They break into the school and they try to kill her, and she ends up killing them. And then the cops come and she's a kid killer and she gets killed. So long story short, a lot of reversals in there. Anyways, Brooks played one of the teachers at the end of the movie that takes the side of the police officer. And he played that role fairly well. From that point, I knew like, oh, okay, this guy's willing to come to this shoot just for experience. He showed me some of the stuff he had been working on. Some of the short films he's acted in.
I think I've only known Brooks for about, I guess would be 2 years now. You never know what he's gonna say. He's like the wild card, you know. Like he'll say something and you'll be like, I would never have thought.
Murdered, or it's like Final Destination. They all die in like random accidents. It's like it's like their karma hitting them. You know, but they would, and then they see it, and they have to like bring everything back.
That's an interesting idea.
Where my mind's going.
My name is Brooks Faria, and it's been a great time learning about the behind the scenes of filming short films with Lucas and Austin and Quentin, your whole crew, Kayla. And I'm so busy, I wish I could do much more. Right now I'm doing a lot of landscaping and catering for wedding events. I'm currently late for my event, but it's been a great journey doing projects with y'all, and I can't wait to see what else is here to come in the future.
You know, people can get like, you could either get lost in a movie and like, you know, you just like, you go to a different, it's like an experience, and that's all just because of, you know, like the hard work that everybody does to it.
Retribution was the first project that Austin, Brooks, and I worked on together.
They had the whole concept of doing, we were gonna shoot multiple days whenever, and we had just kind of morphed into more of like, I would say kind of like a proof of concept or something.
Forget and move on. That's what I thought I could do. Jenny has no clue of my past. She didn't care either. I still can't believe she was taken from me.
And that's probably the most successful short film. If you gauge success based on number of festivals you go into. So Brooks wrote it, and I think it was the first short film he's ever written, but he had a much bigger idea for it than what we ended up shooting. It was a mini episode, which meant that we were cut short due to the lockdown and COVID. We got that one day in.
Control 2, take 1.
We're Not Alone, a short story that I'm not entirely sure where it came from, because I tried looking online to find a reputable source of information about this story, but I could not find anything. So it's just all, it's all up to, you know, the imagination, which is fine.
It's just a short film based off a transcript about what might have been during the Apollo 11 moon mission. I think that was the first project that Austin did some special effects work for us. He started using Blender, incorporated 3D models of astronauts with the terrain of the moon, probably very similar to how they actually created the moon landing. No, I'm just kidding. They went to the moon. But anyways, so Austin did the cinematography on We Are Not Alone, moon landing mini episode. Brooks wrote it. I did my best to direct and act in it. We had Tommy Pratt there, who also helped us on Retribution and helped us out on one of our latest projects as well. So yeah, we got our small crew back together and we shot a short film about the moon landing. It was probably out of our capabilities technically, but we managed to get something done for it. So I was impressed with that. I think they're messing with our communication.
Control. Control.
Control. They've landed there. There they are. And they're watching us. So Abduction was fun. And it was a web series. It was my first web series ever, actually. We'll go from there. So when we incorporated Chaz Moleta and Alohi into the story, their followers watched it, and we kind of left it on a cliffhanger. So I felt somewhat obligated to continue that story.
50% less energy.
And so yeah, that's why those scripts really blend together for me.
Action.
What, you never told your new boyfriend about me?
Action. Turn it. Boom. Exactly, just like that.
Hell yeah.
Okay, a little darker. A little darker on the shot.
Zach, what are you doing here?
Babe, who's this? What, you never told your new boyfriend about me?
Cleo, it's okay. Zach's a pacifist.
Yeah, gonna pacifist right through his face.
Miley, I loved you. You just go and get with this clown like that.
I thought you said he's on pacifist.
He was. Zach, what are you doing with that?
Can't live without you, Miley.
Cleo!
Bro, what the fuck?
Go on, stay on that side. You gotta run into...
There it goes. Behind the scenes, what do you have to say?
I just ran about less than a quarter of a mile. We're gonna head back. Okay, I'll see you there in a sec.
Great.
Peace.
No!
Abduction's another fun one because of course, the alien sci-fi thing, which seems to be a trend.
So I can do this. I got one for you.
Behind the scenes.
Oh, it's pretty back.
Your reaction from what he's saying.
What about getting it from the side, kind of like really close to kind of getting the eyeball?
Zachary Dumont, born April the 1st, 1992.
Who's saying that?
We still on for tonight?
Chaz has a million different things going on. You know, if you look at his Instagram, you'll see he's a reggae artist on the radio, he's a boxer, he's a hairstylist, he's a truck driver, he's literally everything. He makes skits on Instagram. He's a busy guy, you know. I met him on a Minute Stop commercial shoot that I got the night before it happened, and it was really cool. Once I met him, I knew like, oh, this guy wants to actually act. So I've been taking advantage of the fact that he wants to act for as long as possible.
It was really cool seeing like the feedback from people. Another one where I did a couple of VFX shots here and there with like the UFOs and stuff like that. And seeing the reception of that was pretty cool because everybody was like, oh, we want more, we want more.
Oh, brother, you get some change?
It was last seen at a homicide located at the Maui shopping mall. Be prepared to execute Protocol 119 if necessary.
We got another one. That's the third one this week. Radio Commander Central. God damn it, what the hell is going on?
The filmmaking process, it can be pretty grueling or easy, but for the most part, it takes a lot of time. I mean, not a lot of people, realize what it takes to go in to do some sort of narrative or some sort of story.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Bro, is that who I think it is?
Who?
Remember when I told you about the UFO the other night? That's the guy.
Between all the abduction episodes, we were pumping them out quick. It was like every 15 days we'd come up with another one and release it. Like we were shooting, writing, editing, all of that. Special effects included in very short spans of time. And we might have burnt ourselves out. You know, we still have to make money somehow. So we're all working other normal jobs. We all have our random things that we have to do to make sure our lives are healthy.
There's a view from inside the truck. Started raining pretty good.
I take it you are confused and scared and wondering what's going on.
Who's this?
Look, you have questions and we have answers. Meet us at the parking lot where this all began and we can help you.
What?
Who's that?
I don't. Did this hung up?
Take what's from the paper, what's the director's vision. I have to make that somehow feasible in reality with motion pictures. So it's like a lot of it, I struggle with compromise, or I struggle with not completely fulfilling what I had in mind. So for me, that's the biggest drawback for anything that I film, is that I'm like, oh, I could have done that so much better. I could have done this. I could have. That kind of thinking also makes you want to be better. It makes me want to go through the next step of, no, okay, well, I am gonna get that lighting set up. I am gonna make it look like this, so I do get what I want out of it. So it's just those building blocks, I guess.
I definitely. Are we still doing the leave behind? I'm down with that. Glasses. Okay. I'm okay.
And it's all beaten up and shit.
Maybe use a holder or something?
We can use a holder. That should be good. Go with the back side. I have to land this way so that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We're part of the crew, my friend.
Got really tight in there.
Face.
Yeah.
Alright, ready?
There's a lens cover
in the middle, in theory, and it'd be looking right towards me and left towards Bruce. So
How do we know it works?
yeah, just like that.
Legends was supposed to be a web series, but ended up just being a single short film, like a one-off. Honestly, Legends was a little bit disappointing for me. It was the editing that I did that might have messed that short film up a little bit. The acting was really good, you know. We brought Dylan Jarrah in. He acted in some of my earliest high school short films. We brought Arona back from Abduction because I thought he played a really great role in Abduction and showed that he wanted to be on screen, so I wanted to give him another chance.
I'm here right now at Life's a Beach with Arona, the actor in Legends.
Ooh, 2 months. The most admirable quality I think a human can have is following their dreams.
Hawaiian mythology, where you have like spiritual ghosts or ancient remains that haunt a certain place on an island, because that's really grounded in Maui folklore, or especially Hawaiian folklore, which you'll hear a lot. Is like people will see strange things, or things will move, or there's a lot of intrigue to that, because growing up here on Maui, you hear lots of stories like that all the time. So it's like, it's not something that's like completely far-fetched by any means.
I'm so glad you can cut out time for this job.
So what is this place?
It was going to be a beautiful new school for Kihei. Well, they finished everything, but in this last portion they found native ancient remains and artifacts. Here's your checklist. Get what you can done.
Bro, this place is kind of creepy,
Tell me about it.
All right. You have a good night.
Hello?
Then we rushed out Legends, and so between Legends and that next project, America, Home of the Dead, if that's what I ended up calling it, we had like a 9-month gap. We didn't shoot any short films for like 9 months. We could probably blame the COVID lockdown or pandemic, but there was a couple feature films, or there was one at least that I co-produced, I think, in that span of time, but really, like, we could have definitely shot a short film. It was just, sometimes like filmmaking, like any art form, isn't like it's not just about making them. It's about getting life experience so you're able to tell a story properly, whether it's through cinematography or writing, even pacing in editing. It's all like, you have to understand life before you can recreate a story perfectly. So we took 9 months. Long story short, we took 9 months, and then we shot that short film in one of my family members burnt down homes. So their house burnt down because of this like electrical error. We had some really bad weather. We've actually had a ton of fires on this island in the past 4 years or so.
I'm really proud of this project. We shot it like in 3 hours as a Halloween thing. We initially had another project that Lucas had lined up, and you know how Lucas is. He sees the opportunity and he goes for it. The atmosphere of that whole house basically just being completely wrecked from like the fire, and then also like water damage and everything. It was just like super stark contrast from like doing a bunch of films at the school or a couple of things, here in Maui, to this like one central location that was like really jarring. I really liked that kind of design of like the burned out everything. It really helped inspiration wise with like getting the shots, because we had like a rough outline, but like it was like a lot of the projects, on the spot we have inspiration of what we want to shoot, which is really easy when it's like everything in the house has like something that you can look at and you're like, oh, that's an interesting thing that we can get, or a cool shot. But that was a fun one to work on, of course, with minimal amount of crew.
Every single short film we do, I feel like we get a little bit better because we realize, oh, don't do that, or make sure we do this. I went to this antique shop in Wailuku, and I bought a Super 8 film camera there. I got it for a really great deal. And I remember I went back at some point and I asked the guy if he'd be interested in letting us shoot a short film there. He was very open to that idea. And so I let Austin know, and I let Brooks know, and we had a few meetings. Is that camera rolling?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, did I tell you that pawn shop, or not pawn shop, that antique shop over in Wailuku? Yeah. We went there looking for a present for my mom, yeah. And the guy there is more than willing to have us come in and shoot. But here's the script that I wrote that would be able to shoot there. That one.
Is the shop on Vineyard in Maine?
It's on where First Friday is. What is that, Market Street?
Yeah, that'd be cool if we can get to film it there.
Probably just have the shopkeeper play the shopkeeper in the short.
I think the anamorphic would look really nice with this.
Oh.
I watched the Indiana Jones stuff and they were filmed on anamorphic.
But I wouldn't mind just using one anamorphic lens to give it, because it's such a short, you know, like you can treat it like a scene almost.
Like he's getting picked on by all the guys, you know.
Yeah, so that's a good example.
What's up, man?
Hey, I wanted to talk about our next project that we're thinking about. If you still got time for it, I know you just had your kid and you're probably real busy with work and all that. But if you want to do another no-budget short film with Austin and I, we're preparing another one. Yeah, more of like a wide shot from that one, because this one definitely has more of a one shot on. For example, when we did Abduction up in the forest, it was really easy. It was a one-day shoot. It was like one location.
So, who are you thinking you're gonna cut? Like the two parents, the two sons? I know the friend had a few friends, and
well, I think we should do like a story, like adjustment entirely, because we have, the way I see it now, we have the antique shop, we have all the equipment and everything, and some manpower that we would need to get this done.
Yeah, but how do you?
We'd have to change the story, is what I'm saying.
Do you?
You don't like it? You don't like that idea?
No, because it's like I don't know how the story could work if it doesn't have any of the other scenes.
Change, big changes.
Bigger,
big changes. Like
no.
My idea was to kind of cross over this script with one other script we've had in the past. The goal is to get a project done.
It sucks because it's like, at least for me, like I always have time on the weekend, or kind of have time on the weekend.
I think it's gonna like alleviate just alone the less characters and less casting.
The struggle has been that we've had just us three, and then whoever can show up that day.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's exactly what all of them have been.
Yeah, and then like it shows like, and the aliens just left. You know,
the Three Musketeers.
After the abduction.
Yeah, like,
that'd
but
be
like,
really funny to see the dynamic of all three of those guys. Like a profile shot of like the alleyway, and like like kids are right here, and they're like beating them up, whatever.
I've definitely seen it in his shop. Little statues carved out of lava rock that they used to sell.
Out of lava rock?
Out of lava rock. Super bad luck.
That's sketch.
Yeah,
super bad luck. We could do something really cool with that one location. So we'll find out tomorrow with the shop owner about what we can do, what we can't do, how much time we have.
look at this.
Because it has.
Reset your all the wider shots of both of us and all three of us. And here is the things
Sorry, kidding.
it might not be.
I've been in. How long have I been in the antique business? I've been in the buy and sell business for over 15 years. I happened to go to an estate sale and I bought a painting. And when I bought the painting for my house, and hung it up. I rematted it, and I loved it. And then when we had our second son, like a year after, we were hit hard times, and it was Christmas, and my wife's like, why don't you sell that painting that you love so much? And so I put it online, and I sold it for like $5,000, and I had paid like $20 and put like 100 into like getting it nice. And I thought, what the hell? I don't need to do a day job. I just go around finding cool stuff and reselling it.
When we went for the location scout, I asked the shop owner, made sure he was cool with us filming, like going through all the different things we'd be allowed to do there. And then I started asking him about what props he might have in his store that he could let us use for the movie.
Maybe I think one piece, like this Ledino Paloa, this is like a sacred piece for the Hawaiians. Only the Aliki were able to wear it from the whale's tooth. And like, only kings, queens, and higher up monarchy were able to really have them and wear them.
I like that idea.
That'd be kind of a cool piece to tie in.
It looks like a hook, but it's actually not a hook. It's supposed to be the shape of a tongue, which shows that they have the voice. So when I heard about that, I was like, oh man, like we should do something like Preacher, where like you put the necklace on and they have the voice. They can just like tell people what to do, and they have to do it like this whole like supernatural thing, right? And that transformed into, oh, maybe Lono's coming down and he's trying to get this thing so that nobody can talk to them, or we were just trying to come up with something. And so I wrote out like a 4-page script for the location.
Huh? How long ago was our first meeting? Do you know? He's going to be a big help. Like he's
What's
not
his name?
Dex, the 2 characters, and the shopkeeper. Probably like from the start of the day to that point, maybe like 2 or 3 hours, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 3.
I haven't done a detailed shot list, so that will vary.
I have a production designer. We don't have any production design department, actually. I wanted to bring back the actors that I knew had time for at least a single-day shoot, that had proven in the past that they could work well together. Yeah, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the shoot day. I am pretty nervous about tomorrow.
Here's a camera. Held by the one and only cute out.
Yeah, and then you just a triangle, okay? Austin, you got the balance? I'll carry the balance.
So since I'm always around, I'm always with Lucas I'm usually with Lucas when he's making his little short films or this documentary that we didn't know we were making. So I've been there just hanging on to the GoPro, kind of messing around, getting behind the scenes, trying to show the fun side of people working together. So lucky for him, I took all that footage. Just checking out the script, doing work.
Dex, what are you doing today?
I guess I'm holding a mic.
Shooting on location at a real antique shop and taking inspiration from the owner with, like the historical piece, which is the centerpiece of the film. And that was just a really cool opportunity.
I like your outfit today, Rona.
Thanks, bro.
A lot of, not only when we shot that day in Wailuku, but also some of the other short films, a lot of the crew that we've been having, they're friends and everything, and we always have a great time. And but it's also like we have problems too, like Lucas will have a vision and I'm like, oh, I see your vision, and then we have to make sacrifices due to time constraints or whatever, or we have to adapt, we have to figure out how we're gonna get these shots done in a certain amount of time based on the time crunches and constraints.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe if it's him. But yeah, there's no.
Oh yeah, this guy. Up at the clouds over that way.
I love your glasses. That's the best part of the outfit, by the way. But they.
Is there a way? So we just wanted to cast a shadow onto the book. See that? 1, 2, 3. This is maybe negative. Should we put a bounce in?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
A few times though.
Yeah. Let's go find them. There's 2 of them. Is Chaz going like Kane, Kanaloa, single shot, him looking at both of them. It's gonna be tough.
So Lucas is a filmmaker. Lucas is very ambitious with his vision, with his goals of what he wants to do, and he knows exactly what he wants to get, and I feel like he's really good, at communicating. At least to me, I get everything that he wants to do. The only thing about Lucas is that sometimes he could be a pain to work with, only because he has those, he's ambitious. He's like, oh, we're gonna do these things. And then we're like, oh man, sorry dude, but we gotta, make a U-turn and we're gonna go this way. And like, for me, I'm like, ah! Like, I like to stick to everything, but he's easily, like adaptable to the situation, whereas like, I kind of freak out and like, when it comes to, overcoming and adapting to the changing situation, he's more of like chill about it. And then I'm just freak out. And so like with Lucas, it's, his vision, his ambition, and overall like the creativity, like he directs and he writes the scripts. And so it's like, that's a huge talent in and of itself, is to come up with stories like that, and it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna work. So it's great.
Because these are tiny productions with not that many people on them, like you'll see him messing with sound even, just to make sure that the other details are taken care of, because he's already like getting the cinematography in a film is already a second nature to him. So that's what helps in these tiny projects where we don't have enough people, is having somebody like Austin help make the project.
We don't need ninjas.
What's up, Q?
Yeah, so.
I think it's off though.
Oh yeah, I think it's here. I get it.
Everything's half off. Let me know if you're actually going to buy something.
Because this one's going to be orange, and if we're going to just continue. Yeah, they don't have the light.
The lids are more tight now that I have this lens on here.
Okay, just get a shot on there. Everything's half off today. Let me know if you need these. This way free. Perfect. Okay. Words towards the. Okay, and action.
Really see it.
One more time. Oh, one more time? Okay. Shane, you do your, well, it's a late knee, hope below, but what do you want from me? Right? To me, God, I wouldn't let it be my possession.
Kunga would never give
Oh, one more time? Okay, one more time. Proceed.
Fine. But
it's alright. We'll work with it.
Chaz, just you saying it's real. Action. Alright. We'll be slowly putting the necklace on, then immediately cut from all this mysteriousness to you just running down the street.
Nice.
So ka'ua kua are two Hawaiian words. They sound very similar to each other. And I liked how that rolled off the tongue, but ka'ua kua means, translated directly, it means battle god. It could also be perceived as maybe God war or war god, or, you know. Ultimately, I like those two words because the short film is about Lono, one of Hawaii's main gods, possessing a human body and getting this ancient relic from an antique shop. So we ended up cutting some out of the story, and I was very, very surprised with what we ended up with. It really was like a culmination of like the past 10 years of projects. It proved to me that if Ka'ua Kua was an hour and a half long, I think it'd be a feature film that I would be proud of. It's a short film that I'm proud of, that's for certain. The acting in it was great. And you'll see the shop owner from that short film just sitting there selling his antiques. And he did a great job. Like, a lot of people thought he was a professional actor, but he's just a character, you know? He's a cool guy. We really couldn't have done the short film without Shane and Antique Freaks being involved. Like, we couldn't have done Ka'ua Kua how it was written.
Sorry, bro. Only get this one. It's not even tobacco, it's CBD.
You Calvin Caimana, eh?
I know you or what?
You see that there?
Yeah.
You know where I can find them at?
Yeah, I heard this one shop has one. It's probably just a rumor, though. Guaranteed it's fake.
What shop?
Everything's half off. Let me know if you're actually gonna buy something. What's this?
Bruh, don't act dumb. You know what that is.
Well, it's a Leniho Palaoa, but what do you want from me?
We heard you get one. One real one. And we like see him.
Fine. I'll show it to you guys, but it's my baby. I can't sell that.
Can I hold it?
I guess so, but like I said, I can't sell it.
This is real.
How you know?
Because this one's mine.
No, I can't let you take that.
Hilalo! That was not CBD.
Got it.
kuilalo lono aolio la vala.
I've heard a lot of people like describing of, you know, their process of making films, or, you know, their personal journeys and their careers and stuff like that. And you just got to remember that everybody starts somewhere. And like, I put myself down for a long time going like, oh, I need to get this and I need to do that. And like, why is my stuff not look like his stuff or whatever? And it's like, I shot bad iMovie things and iPhone things, and I've certainly come a long way from there. So it's just like always like constantly improving. And it's like, if you know for a fact that that's what you want to do, then it's like, don't turn back on yourself and saying that they're like, oh, I can't do it because of this and this and this. Because if not, then don't do it. Don't waste your time. But I know that I was kind of unsure of myself for a long time, thinking like, oh, I wasn't good enough, not, you know, oh, this wasn't up to my expectations, and if it's not up to my expectations, why should anybody else like it? So it's like, everybody starts somewhere, no matter who they are. And it's like, if you keep going and you keep improving, you'll get to where you want to be.
So I'd like to take a moment to talk about something that we didn't really talk about at all during this film, and that's the importance of sound in these projects. All of these short films, you know, we comb through hundreds and hundreds of royalty-free, public domain, and copyright-free tracks online. We're always looking for musicians that are starting out that might be interested in showcasing their work in our work, and just finding the right sound effects and songs that fit with the project. It's a difficult task, so we don't talk about that all, and I wanted to just mention that. I'd also like to thank every single person that's been involved in any of these short films over the past 10 years. The ones that were featured in this film and the ones that weren't featured in this film. You know who you are, and I want to thank all of you. I'd also like to thank every single one of you out there watching this right now for supporting us and supporting our dream by watching this film. This is our first feature film that we've ever made, and I'm glad that you made it to the end. You know, that means that we did something right, I guess. So thank you for watching, and you know, we're gonna keep doing what we do, so if you keep track of us, you'll probably see some more projects in the future.